Hello, everyone. My name is Juliet Ambali, and it's such a pleasure to have you here today. First and foremost, Happy New Year. Thanks be to God that He saw us through the past year and by His special grace has made it possible for us to see this new year. May His name be praised. It's such a pleasure, it's such a great blessing that, God thought, well, I still have something that I want this person to do. I still need this person to, get into this new year. And so here we are. May his name be glorified. And so today I want to talk about something really important, especially being the first video that I'll be posting for the year. I want us to together, look through the importance of starting this year, and not as a way of like new year resolution where you start at some point and then you stop, no, but something that you take through the entire year and even beyond. So I want us to start this year on a note, like I want us to start this year on the right note, as God expects of us, and it's to start with God. And I'll be sharing why you need to ensure that you carry God along with you in your affairs in year 2026. And I'm hoping that by the special grace of God, you not only take these things to heart, but that every step of the way is something that God keeps bringing to your mind so that you put to mind and even to action in ensuring that you are involving Him every step of the way in year 2026. Right. So you may be wondering, why is it important? Or you may already know that it is important, but you don't necessarily have like reasons why it's important that you carry God along with you through year 2026. Now, the first point is that we are here, we are in the beginning of the new year, but the thing is, God knows the end from the beginning, God knows the future. We have no idea what the next second holds. We have no idea what January is going to look like, February, March, up till December 2026. We don't know we're not even sure of the next minute, like I already said. But having the one who knows the end from the beginning in our lives is like the best thing that we can ever do for ourselves. All right. Especially knowing full well that when we have him with us, when we are faced with difficult situations, when we are confused, we don't know what to do, when it seems as though we need clarity, and we have this sovereign God in our lives, He's going to help us navigate every single thing. Definitely, God's not going to, rule out all the events of the year for us right now. He's expecting that we are trusting Him, that we are believing in Him, that we have faith to be able to, see us through. And so it's very important that from this beginning, earlier enough, we trust our hands into His hand and, believe that He can help us sail through this journey by His special grace. So it's very important that you know that God knows the future, God knows tomorrow, God knows what would face tomorrow, whether good, whether not good. God knows all things. And so when we have Him, we are rest assured, we are certain that what may, we have the one who knows tomorrow, who holds tomorrow, and we will be safe with Him. All right? So that's the first point. We need God to guide us or to help us in this journey called year 2026 is because we need God's divine protection. Life in itself is very unpredictable. One minute you think you have everything figured out, and then the next minute things can change. People experience all sorts of things that they never prepared for. Sometimes we're faced with illnesses or one thing or the other that it was never in the plan. But then when we have God to protect us, and when we are certain that we can lean on Him for His divine protection, come what may, we are certain that He's going to hold us, He's going to see us through, every step of the way. So we cannot carelessly say, well, I can, go with the flow. I have everything figured out. As long as I'm working in line with my goals, everything is fine. Or I take good care of my health, I take good care of my well-being, or I'm very safety conscious. So I am sure that I have security and whatnot. Let's not be like, that man in the Bible that was not wise, that thought or he knew what he could do because he had amassed so much wealth and whatnot. Let us, in godly wisdom, lean on God for protection, for his guidance, for him to be able to watch over us so that when we are faced with anything, we are certain that he's going to help us, come out of those situations by his special grace. So we need his divine protection. And that's something that we need to have in mind so that he will help us, so that he will, keep his angels all around us to keep charge over us with his special grace. So another reason we need God to see us through in year 2026 is that, yes, by his special grace of God, he's going to bless us immensely. He's going to give us good successes. However, success without God can be very destructive. You know, it can make people, see or identify certain characters that they never imagined that they could have. So we need God so that even when He gives us these successes, even when He blesses us, we would not forget who made us get those successes. All right. We will be humble enough to always give Him all the glory, to always acknowledge that had it not been for Him, we wouldn't have achieved whatever it is that He has in store for us. So we need God because we want to ascribe all of the glory, the honor, the adoration to Him for whatever good things will happen to us in year 2026. So it's very important that we don't, just say, because of my efforts, because of how hardworking I am going to be, I'm going to achieve XYZ. God, the God factor is very important. And if we remove it out of the way, even if we get those successes, it cannot be it if God is not in it. So it's very important that we ensure that God is with us every step of the way, so that even the blessings He gives us is going to direct us on how we're going to look at these blessings. Now, another reason we need God in year 2026 is so that in our little efforts, in the little things we do here and there, God will help us turn those seeming ordinary things to extraordinary things. I'm sure that we can look back through the years and we realize places or things or situations where we did little or nothing, but we saw God's hand fully in all of these things. So we need God to help us turn those little efforts into extraordinary things, into, great miracles that only He alone can do. We need God because we want to see His hands being very evident in the affairs of our lives. And so it's very important that we have this in mind. And so, lastly, why we need to carry God along with us in the affairs of our life in year 2026 is because life without Christ is empty. And so, even if you get all the successes, even if you're so blessed, even if you don't, experience certain degrees of hurdles, or even if it looks like you're not faced with any sort of trials or tribulations, and you've, achieved and hit all your goals, you've all the things on your vision board, you've seen them materialize. If God is not in the picture, trust me, the emptiness that one can feel, or the void that one will feel not having God in it, is not is something nobody wants to experience at all. So you need God to fill up that void. All the successes, all the beautiful things that we'll experience in year 2026, they are not the things that can give us the joy, the real joy that we want. And so ensuring that God is in the, affairs of our life in year 2026 is all the difference that can make this 2026 a very beautiful, memorable one. Through the mountain times, through the valley times, no matter what comes our way, God in the picture is literally all that we need. So I hope that this video, though short, has been very insightful, and that even after watching this, you can take out some time to pray and invite God if you've not, and even if you already have, still reaffirm to Him that you really want Him to sail with you through this journey of year 2026. I'm wishing each and every one of you that has watched thus far a very happy new year, and I pray that by the end of the year, it will be a very victorious one, and that God will give us every reason to rejoice to the glory of His holy name. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to drop your comments, share with us what are the reasons we need to have God in the affairs of our life in year 2026, because someone else might be blessed with your comments. All right. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye.